Interview recorded in Lyon, France, on I Had No Money and I Liked It. Hello Lilou, you wrote a book, I Had No Money and I Liked It. Is it to provoke people or really to testify? Yes, it's to give my testimonial on what I went through during a whole year. After losing my job in London, I found myself without no more money, as I had self-published my first book. And so from the day to the next, I found myself with only 10 euros on my bank account, and it's a reality that went through over a course of a year, 2 years ago. And so since then, my view on money, on abundance, on life has completely changed, and I lived it as an opening of the heart. I saw that I was protecting myself on so many levels, and so because of this challenge and going back to my parents and at 32 back then and going through all those fears and that were happening, I finally reopened to life's the magic of life and to the abundance, to my relationship to others. I wasn't fearing anymore to love another, and so the experience in itself was difficult, but now the result is here. I love what I do. The abundance, that's a good question. I define that in the book. During the course of that year, I question, and I ask, what is actually the abundance in relationship to family, to love, to time, to my work? And so this is what I have described since then and live now. It's beyond really it's the juicy life. It's this life that's perfect the way it is, that comes and happens. For example, the tour, the Juicy Living Tour is possible because of the donations of people around the world, and the donation happens most of the time at the right time. And I have to do the first step. This abundance happens when I'm confident enough, when I do this first step, when I say, yes, I trust, yes, I believe in myself, yes, I believe I will be supported, and this new relationship to money is very different, because now it's not anymore, it's neutral. I used to suffer and feel imprisoned and being satisfied, unsatisfied. Now it's more like an energy, if you will. It's an exchange, it's transactions, it's not anymore negative. My moods would depend on my bank account, and I would be defined by my job title and the car I would drive. I think a lot of people recognize themselves in that, and to reopen to the real abundance of life is amazing. Gratitude is the access to this abundance, and then we become so grateful for small things. Small things become abundant. We don't do it because of that, but just it becomes a way of life, and therefore we attract even more things that really feels good. We keep on, I feel, we keep on looking for answers in others, whereas all the answers are here within us, right here, right now. You have the answer, and when we really see that, we stop to run after things. For example, even if I do lots of interviews, I don't do it from a fear perspective. I do it from love. I do it because I'm curious, because I want to learn. It's not done from the fear perspective, and I want to learn, meet new people. The answers are within us. It's this love that we have to give to ourselves to move forward with confidence and gratitude. All these things help us to access to the answers. My intuition, for example, has increased. I would have an immediate feeling on things, and I would do it. And then I would have another one, and I would do it, take action. And it's really step by step. Instead of looking out long term. I just know that really it's going to help people. It feels great, it feels powerful, it feels amazing, and it's like a magnet that pulls me, but I can't exactly tell you what it's going to look like. I don't have to exactly define it. It's one step after the next. And all these synchronicities that I would follow, and then I would check within if it feels good, if it feels right, and then I move forward. Then there's less and less gap between who we want to be, who we are really, and our highest potential, because we don't really even know what our highest potential is. This is something absolutely fascinating. So once we're in this love and this compassion and live things as they are, then it's absolutely fantastic. We are human beings with weaknesses, doubts. I have so many doubts and fears, and this is what I wanted to share in my books and in the videos. There's not only the great side, and then once you're there, then it's all good. No, it's a continuous journey. When we want to make it happen, we really can. It's not an easy journey. It's not an easy choice. It requires a lot of courage and a lot of support and a lot of choices then that you will make from love on this journey, so that this way we want to then experience those things, and we don't do it because the other people have told us to do. What brings me at peace is that I can do a job that I love, that helps, that inspires others. It really nourishes me. It's not because of the money, it's really because the money now serves to be able to move forward and travel and be free to interview one person versus another, and travel to these people and not have sponsors and advertisers. All this is really freedom. And when I found out that this was really what I wanted to do beyond anything else, like if I had found myself homeless, I would have continued and found a way to upload these videos. I just love it so much, and life rewards me in many ways, like presents. I would be upgraded, car rentals, or I would be hosted in a magnificent hotel, or there would always be something that helps me to do my work the best as I can. Of course I have my challenges, but the more I'm confident and the more even if there is a challenge, I then know that there's something better beyond it, so I'm supposed to live that, and then things open up further, and then I move forward, and I see that life is not anymore against me or against us. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I want to move forward and co-create. These interviews are important to me. I really understood that it was better not to do anything when we're in fear, and it's more important to realign with ourselves, because this fear is really making us do wrong choices in life. And so it's important to go through this fear and live it fully, live those emotions, instead of putting a band-aid on it and escape and live a reality that's not ours. Otherwise it will come back as a boomerang. And so it is better to wait, and it's normal. Life has its ups and downs, its cycles, and sometimes life forces us to kind of slow down. For example, sometimes when I'm traveling, it's impossible for me sometimes to book some interviews, and I work really hard, I work non-stop, day after day, and so kind of life has its way to force me to stop, and instead of taking it the wrong way, I know now that it's supposed for me to just stop for 2-3 days and take a cup of tea and relax and take the time. All of these little moments, all of these moments become really perfect, and sometimes I feel that when we think we're going to be grateful for something, for example, being grateful for not having money, we think that we're going to stop and stuck the moment and the event as is. But no, it actually transmutes it and transforms it. It's done unconditionally. I know that with my book title, some people are shocked, but this was 2 years ago, and of course, since then, there's donations and things are happening, and I'm grateful for that I'm living this and being able to share. My relationship is completely different now, but I want to really say that it's important to receive. You have to be ready to receive what you ask for. This is the heart of the abundance, is the love and the sharing. It's unconditional. This is the real abundance, and in that moment you have to really be ready and open up. If you're not comfortable with yourself, you can't receive this love. You have to be ready to receive. A few years ago I wouldn't have been able to receive. My ego would have taken over or something else, but it's really something that needs to be expressed and shared. Everything is perfect. Yes, everything is perfect. If we would stop to think that there is a problem in what we're living, life would be easy. We project. When I recorded the book wasn't written 2 years later. Actually, I dictated it, I spoke it in my iPhone, and as I was already talking to the readers and to the co-creators. There's this strong link, this strong connection, and this is what helped me back then, and this is what helped me to go through. And this relationship was already created, and this is the authentic testimonial. There is no hidden things. It's just as it is. This truth, this authenticity. Then I think people recognize themselves within it. We're always co-creating. Most of the time, when we're in fear, we feel separate, but we're constantly co-creating with life and with other people. And yes, when I say co-creator at the beginning of my interview, it's charged with emotions. It's 6 years of traveling, of high and lows, of challenges, of magnificent moments that I have shared with everybody watching on YouTube and in my book. So I really feel this relationship with everybody watching and in the books, reading. This is how I work. It's not because of, it's just natural for me. This is what works, what feels good, what is, and this helped me to go through my fears, my timidity, whatever it was, but this was my expression, and to go beyond those doubts. Gratitude is important. I want to live something that is me, that is my essence. I want to be able to share that with as many people as possible, as many languages as possible, so it will continue. Australia, Africa, yes, of course. There's no end to this, and that's what I love. This knowledge, this journey is infinite. There's no end to it, and that's what I love. I don't like anymore the end for the end and the sake of it. I just want to live the journey. Isn't it a bit young to be so serious and wise? No. You haven't seen my videos, my humor videos, actually. I have a lot of fun. No, the clown, I want to talk about the clown in Lilou. This was maybe not an intention, but you have been able to demystify a lot of these topics. Well, it was the only way that I could find how to communicate this. And since I was in the US for many years, in France, it was when I started doing my videos in French, it was the only way really I found to express these kind of spiritual truth and lessons. And humor was what I use. It's something that naturally happened and occurred. I didn't know how people would perceive it, but it's really spontaneous. I just do it in the moment, and I start having fun. And I have a lot of fun. It's how it comes out. I have a lot of fun doing it. And then all of a sudden, boom, I record. it's a lot of people that I've interviewed actually express that it's important to find teachers and therapists and all that are actually having fun and are enjoying themselves too. The Spirit wants us to be happy and have fun and be joyful like a kid. So humor is the joy, having, laughing. Then this is what's wonderful about life, and then you become amazed with everything. Thank you, Lilou, for this interview. It's great. We're thrilled to be able to listen to your interviews. Thank you. Big kisses.